G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a roundup video from all of the testing that I did using my Foresight GC2 and my Garmin R10. If you haven't seen the comparison videos that I've done, make sure you go check them out. I'll link them in this video down below in the description. I tested my Foresight GC2 against the Garmin R10 and the respective apps that you can pair the Garmin R10 to on iOS. I also did a test where I hooked my Garmin R10 up to GS Pro and compared it directly to my Foresight GC2. In this video, I'm going to be giving a quick recap of what we saw and also how to get the most accurate results depending on which app you use. So let's get straight into this. Let's start off with the Garmin app. This app is great. Home Tier Hero is fantastic because you get to play so many different courses. You can play your local courses, you can play Augusta National, you can play Pebble Beach, you can play St. Andrews. There are a lot of courses on Home Tier Hero. Yes, the graphics aren't great. However, because you get to play so many courses, it's really cool. Since the update, you actually get a few different ranges as well. The driving ranges are actually getting better. It's really cool to be able to hit 2 targets, and the new target-based range on the Garmin Golf app reminds me a lot of the awesome Golf app. All right, let's get into the data. The biggest thing that I'm going to be talking about today is carry distance, and what setup will give you the most accurate carry distance within each app, because it varies. So right now within the Garmin Golf app, the algorithm isn't that good for carry distance. We all know that Garmin introduced the RCT golf balls with the 4.30 update, and this was a welcome update. This was really good because what this allowed us to do is actually calculate spin indoors using the Garmin R10. This was absolutely fantastic, and a lot of people had high hopes for this. What we found out during the testing though was with the RCT golf ball, it gave really accurate spin rates, but now the carry distances were coming up well short. And when I used just a regular Pro V1, the carry distances are actually a lot closer to what I was seeing on my Foresight GC2. Now, what this kind of tells me is Garmin has introduced the RCT golf ball to get accurate spin rates, and we are seeing very, very accurate spin rates. In fact, a lot of them matched exactly what I was seeing on my GC2. The RCT golf balls work, they are absolutely fantastic. However, what I think they did was they didn't update how the spin affects carry distance. And so now, using the RCT golf balls that have more spin on the irons are actually coming up a lot shorter than what I was seeing on my GC2. So until the next update, using the Garmin Golf app, I recommend using a regular Pro V1 or a regular golf ball without any metallic dot on it until you get to your woods. And then when you get to your woods, use the metal dot or the RCT golf ball for your woods and driver. Yes, the driver carry distance is still going to be short. However, it's a lot closer using the RCT golf ball or a metallic dot because you are getting the calculated spin, which is going to be much lower with your woods and driver. So that's my recommendation for the Garmin Golf app. All right, moving on to the E6 Golf app now. The E6 Golf app for the Garmin R10 user is a game changer. We are very lucky and very fortunate that E6 decided to partner with Garmin when they brought out the Garmin R10, because what this gives us is sim golf. And the 5 free courses you get to keep for life. And I know I personally spent a lot of time using these 5 free courses. For them to include this in the Garmin R10 purchase is absolutely amazing. You also get the driving ranges and you also get the chipping and putting green. We're not going to be doing much putting with the Garmin R10, but you've got a really good chipping green. Okay, so what did we see in terms of carry distance? So with the E6 Golf app using the RCT golf balls, on the 60-yard pitch shots, the Garmin was actually coming up about 3 to 4 yards short on the 60-yard pitch shots. However, when we moved into the irons, the full shots, using pitching wedge, 7-iron and 4-iron, we actually saw the Garmin now reading higher than the Foresight GC2. So with the pitching wedge, we were seeing 3 yards increase over the Foresight GC2. The 7-irons were showing about 6 yards longer, and then the 4-irons were coming up about 8 yards longer with the Garmin over the Foresight GC2. So that's a big difference. With the driver, what we saw again was the Garmin R10 coming up short with the carry distance on the driver. Overall, the E6 Golf app is pretty good, and it's pretty good because you get sim golf with the R10. If you're using iOS, then this app is going to be great to use for sim golf. If I was going to do a bag mapping session, I wouldn't do it with E6. I wouldn't do it with the Garmin app, but the E6 Golf app was a lot more accurate than the Garmin Golf app. The best thing about the E6 Golf app is the sim golf. Okay, let's move on to Awesome Golf. So the Awesome Golf app by far was the most accurate app on iOS that we saw using the Garmin R10. So everything was spot on with the irons and the pitch shots, with the exception of the 7-iron, which was only 2 yards short on the Garmin. So pretty much all the irons matched perfectly. It was scary how close the data was using the Awesome Golf app versus the Foresight GC2. And it just shows you, if the Awesome Golf app can do that, then there's no excuse for the Garmin Golf app or E6, but especially Garmin. Like, come on, we are seeing incredibly accurate carry distance numbers from the Awesome Golf app. So if they can do it, Garmin can do it. We did see a loss in carry distance on the driver. However, the difference between the two wasn't as big as the Garmin Golf app or the E6 Golf app. The other thing the Awesome Golf app has is the layout. So if you haven't used the Awesome Golf app, check it out, because there's a section on there called the coaching section. And the way they lay this out, it just is easy to use. You've got all the data there that you want to see. It's laid out in such a good way. It's really easy to use. And also you get a nice spreadsheet view, which reminds me of the Foresight data table in the FSX software. Awesome Golf has done a really, really good job with the layout of their app and also the carry distances. They are seriously close. If you want to do a bag mapping session with the R10, or you're serious about getting accurate carry distances on the course, you need the Awesome Golf app. This is an app I can hand on heart trust to give me accurate carry distances that I can then take on course. Now, the downfall of the Awesome Golf app, the price. So it is quite expensive for what you get, considering you're only getting 4 9-hole courses. The purpose of this app really isn't the sim golf. The purpose of this app is the practice, the coaching section, the data, the ease of use. It really is that good. It's that accurate. If you are thinking about getting the Awesome Golf app and you want a discount, they don't do discounts. However, if you can find Apple gift cards on sale, I found some for 10% off. You actually purchase the Awesome Golf app through the App Store, so you can use Apple gift cards. So if you know someone selling Apple gift cards who can sell them for a cheaper rate, then it's definitely worth doing it. I ended up getting about 10% off because I got Apple gift cards on sale. Okay, and that takes us on to now the only window-based software, GS Pro. I hooked the R10 up to GS Pro, and there is a caveat here. The Garmin R10 at this point, at the filming of this video, is not officially supported by GS Pro. However, there is a whole community behind it. There are people who have created connectors and APIs so you can connect up and you can play with your R10 on GS Pro. You need to have a gaming PC or gaming laptop to be able to do this. You can't do it using an iOS device or an Android device. However, you do need an iOS device or an Android device so it can bridge the gap and send the data to your computer. If you haven't seen GS Pro, definitely check out some of my videos, because this software is absolutely incredible. For the price point, it's $250 a year. It is so realistic. It's incredible. It takes your R10 from being just a fun device to being a full-blown golf sim. Like, it is absolutely incredible how good this software is, and it's only getting better. New courses are getting added all the time. We're currently up to 422 courses at the filming of this video. However, new courses are being put on all the time. Now, just a caveat as well, I'm not affiliated with GS Pro in any way. I'm just a passionate user who want to see people use this software because it's so good. Okay, that being said, how did it perform with the R10 connected to it? Did we see as accurate results as we saw using the Awesome Golf app? And the answer is almost. It was pretty good. We saw, again, everything matched perfectly until we got to the 7-iron. The 7-iron we saw 2 yards short on the Garmin, hooked up to GS Pro. And then the 4-iron we saw 4 yards short using the R10 hooked up to GS Pro. It wasn't as good as Awesome Golf, but it was pretty good. Again, with driver, we saw the R10 showing a slightly shorter carry distance when it hooked up to GS Pro. But overall, the results using GS Pro were second best. So if I had to order these in order of performed the best with the most accurate carry distances to worst, I would put them in this order. Number 4, the Garmin Golf app, which is a shame because this app has so much to offer and I believe it could be so good. However, I was seeing such discrepancies using the RCT golf ball and not using the RCT golf ball. It always seemed to be short and I just didn't see accurate distances. I know you can adjust environmental settings such as altitude to help boost the shot distance. However, I'm talking about getting accurate distance based off the altitude that you currently live at. The issue is when you start playing with all those environmental settings and altitude, you can sometimes overinflate your carry distances. A lot of people think they hit it further than they do, and so you can almost negatively train if you're adjusting those altitudes and weather settings to essentially boost your shots. So number 4, the Garmin Golf app. Number 3 was E6. So the E6 Golf app, fantastic software. You get the 5 free courses. The carry distances were not great. They were better than the Garmin Golf app. They still weren't great. But having this option to play sim golf is fantastic. Coming in number 2. And again, this is basically just going on accuracy of data using the Garmin R10. Number 2 is GS Pro. And although I think this software is amazing and I would recommend it over Awesome Golf, in terms of accuracy of data, it just got beat by Awesome Golf. However, would I recommend buying Awesome Golf over GS Pro? The answer is no, because GS Pro only just got beat in terms of accuracy of data by Awesome Golf, and what GS Pro gives you is so much more than Awesome Golf. If you have a Windows laptop, a gaming laptop or a gaming PC, I highly recommend you get GS Pro. You can do all of the stuff you can on Awesome Golf. You can get your spreadsheets. You can actually export your data that you do on GS Pro as well. And it gives you the option to play real golf courses. You can play online. You can play tournaments through the SGT. You've got multiple driving ranges. Number 1, the last one left, the Awesome Golf app. This app is the most accurate app, an accurate piece of software at this point in terms of your data. It's incredible what they've done, and I really wish Garmin could have a look at themselves. If the Awesome Golf app's doing this, and they're a small team, if they can do this, then surely Garmin can do this. All right, let's talk about another ranking. So now I'm going to rank them in order of apps that I would actually purchase. So coming in number 4 is E6. Now, the reason E6 is in number 4 is because you get the 5 free courses and the range and the chipping green. That's really all I need with E6. If I want to buy more courses through E6, I would suggest just saving up for a gaming PC or laptop and getting GS Pro. By the time you end up actually upgrading E6 for your iPad, you're halfway to a gaming laptop. Number 3, the Garmin Golf app. The Garmin Golf app could be so good. It's got so much potential. However, it's just not accurate in terms of data. And so I don't really think it's worth investing in. Even though it's really cheap to pay the monthly subscription, I'm not using it anymore. And the only reason I keep it is because on the off chance that I'll play around in Home T Hero. Number 2 is the Awesome Golf app. Like I said, this is the most accurate. However, for the price and what you get, it doesn't really match up. I know it's a one-off payment, but you're essentially paying that one-off payment for a driving range. And if you look at GS Pro versus the Awesome Golf app in terms of data accuracy, GS Pro only got beat out just slightly in terms of data accuracy. Number 1, GS Pro. This software, like I said, is absolutely fantastic. The graphics are fantastic. It transforms your little golf hitting area with your Garmin R10 into a full-blown sim. It is that good. There's tournaments to play in. There's online matches. You can play online with friends. It's really easy to use. And for the price, $250 a year, it's an absolute steal. All right, guys, so that concludes my roundup. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Let me know what your favorite app is. If you got any questions, let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.